consistent. Celebrating 30 years on the air on WROI is the first federal program. Hosts may have changed, but the program is still the same. Now continuing a long-standing tradition, streaming on the First Federal Facebook page and on WROI. It's time for the First Federal program.
And good morning, welcome to the First Federal program here on this Friday morning, 73 degrees as we get started. We welcome Tanner from First Federal this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Randy. How we doing?
Doing great, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Glad it's Friday.
I totally agree with that one. Yeah, this has
been one of those weeks.
It's been a crazy week with fair and everything else going on and heat.
Crazy weather going on.
Yeah, it is
we got
crazy.
A mix of fog and
I can't tell you
smoke.
if it's smoke from Canada or fog. I don't know. It's crazy.
It seems like we're getting used to this every year around this time.
Mm-hmm.
These wildfires from Canada coming down. It's strange.
It is very strange. But hey, it's Indiana weather. What do you expect, right?
It is. Let's just throw another wrinkle into it.
Yeah, why not?
But I'm ready for it to cool off a little bit.
I'll take 80s.
Yeah,
compared to what it has been.
Yeah. But like I said, it's Indiana weather. We're past the midway point in July now. Start to think about going back to school coming up.
Yeah, I can't say those words around my house because I get in trouble.
Yeah,
so.
that's understandable.
Yeah.
That's understandable. We got fall sports right around the corner, which we're going to be interviewing Rochester Athletic Director Cal Stone today. It's going to be a fun show. So, looking forward.
I told him this was only he only gets about 15 minutes, so I'm not sure how we're going to handle this.
We're pretty gracious with our
Yeah. I mean, usually when I have him in here, it's, half hour, 45 minutes.
Looking forward to a fun conversation with them later on.
Always entertaining.
I brought some trivia with me this morning.
Oh, here we go. I got to get back on track.
You do.
I'm
Makes 3 in a row.
I missed 3 in a row here, right?
That's called a streak. Today's World Emoji Day.
Oh, this may not be any better.
In what year did Apple debut their emoji keyboard?
Oh.
Was it 2009, 2011, 2013, or 2015?
Oh my. I'm glad you gave me all show to think about it. Jeez.
I mean, I will say that emojis became a thing in Japan in the 90s.
Okay.
But didn't really come over to the
Didn't
U.S.
quite catch on until later.
Right. Or they caught on online.
Yeah.
I was doing some research yesterday. MSN Messenger had emojis. But as far as
Apple,
phones,
yeah.
Apple was the first one. It was a little later. So,
Huh. Okay. I'll think about that.
Yep. In the sports world, MLB All-Star break is come and gone. Had a really entertaining home run derby.
Yeah.
Actually, the first year I've watched in a while in completion. I thought Netflix did a pretty good job with their presentation. I enjoyed some of the commentators.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest Barry Bonds fan, but yet it was fun to see him back, I guess, in a speaking role per se a little bit. But what a show! What a show by.
Yeah, whenever these other networks start picking things up and think they can do things, you just never know how it's going to end up because.
Well, I like the tweaks they did.
Yeah.
I like that they got rid of the timed format and went to a 20 swing. I thought that made a lot of sense. So.
Yeah, instead of rushing it, I mean that way you kind of
and the guys still get tired. I mean, 15 swings in, they're starting to get gassed. You can see it. But a very fun event. And St. Louis Cardinal taking it home for the first time ever.
Crazy. In
crazy fashion. I mean, he had to hit 6 in a row to win it, and he did it. In a stadium that the whole crowd was against him because they were rooting for the home team boy Kyle Schwarber there. So.
Right. Well, I see too. Now it's announced that Wrigley Field gets next year's All-Stars.
That'll be fun.
That'll be that'll be a fun time.
Yeah, that'll be a great venue for it. So, and then last night the Mets and the Phillies played. For some reason, it was only one game last night. So we're on to the second half of the season.
Now you start puckering up a little bit. Some of these teams.
Some teams are going to make some moves here soon, coming up on the trade deadline. Others won't. Trade deadline is moved back a little bit this year. Historically, always the deadline was July 31st. Now it's in August.
Okay.
Barely in August, but it's in August.
Give you a few extra days to think about it.
Yeah, it's just another sports tradition out the window, I guess, the way I look at it. But if the playoffs started today, on July 17th. The American League, the Rays would be your AL East winner. Chicago White Sox, yeah, that's
Still blows my mind.
would be your AL Central winner. Well, we'll see who wins.
Yeah.
The Texas Rangers would be your AL West winner, kind of by default, because nobody wants to win that division. The Yankees, the Guardians, and the Mariners would be your wild card.
Okay.
And then the NL, the Dodgers, of course, would be your West winners. The Brewers would be your Central winners, and the Braves your East winners. Your wild card teams would be the Cubs, the Phillies, and the Miami Marlins.
Whoa.
Get that third spot right now.
Wow.
A team nobody's really talking about, a surprise.
All right.
Once again, we'll see if it lasts, but one of those teams, kind of like the other team in Florida, the Rays, not a lot of payroll.
Right. Yeah.
Do what they do with their front office, that's pretty good.
Kind of just be that quiet,
Yep.
quiet house.
Except Miami likes to trade a lot of their players once they become good. So,
Right, right. See what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the Cardinals around their heels, and some other teams in the Central. So should be a fun race going on in the second half. World Cup will come to a close over the weekend.
Yeah.
France plays England tomorrow in the third place game, and then Spain and Argentina on Sunday for the World Cup.
Be interesting.
Yep. Yep.
Quite kind of. You haven't noticed as much coverage of it after U.S. lost,
Right.
and so it's kind of like
Right.
downhill from there. But
Right.
a lot of soccer fans are still paying
Yep.
attention, though.
And a lot of that, the favorites are in it.
Yeah.
I mean, still, your four left, at least three of them were pretty heavily
Yeah.
favorites, so it'll be interesting. See if Messi can get the World Cup or not.
Yeah, yeah. If anybody's watching in America, it's because of Messi
Yep.
now.
Yep. Yep. Got some tidbits here this morning. On this day, 1937, Elmer Fudd first debuted as Egghead
Really?
in the series Egghead Rides Again. He would later be renamed Elmer Fudd and then have that rivalry with Bugs Bunny for years.
That worked out better.
Yeah, I think so too. On this day, 1955, Walt Disney's Disneyland out in Anaheim, California, welcomed its first guest.
Huh. Wow.
So Disneyland opened first, then years later Disney World
Right.
down in Orlando, Florida. I've been to Disney World, I've never been to Disneyland.
Yeah.
On this day, 1995, Forbes magazine announced Bill Gates was the richest man in the world with a net worth of $12.9 billion. Can you guess his net worth today?
Oh, jeez. 30.
A little higher.
Really?
Any guess, Cal?
30. I'm gonna guess at least 300.
105 million.
Jeez.
So,
I was a little off.
so I mean, in
105.
31 years, it has climbed.
Those
And
tech
not.
guys, man. Those tech guys have so much
Yes.
money.
Yes.
We're in the wrong business.
Yeah, something like that.
We're not smart enough for that.
Yeah, I mean, 12.9 billion. Don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money, but 105.
Yeah. Wrong industry
Yeah.
we are.
And he's not the richest guy in the world anymore. I mean, that's
Right. That's the crazier part.
yeah. It's today, like I mentioned in the trivia questions, World Emoji Day. It's also National Tattoo Day, National Lottery Day, National Yellow Pig Day, and National Peach Ice Cream Day.
Sounds
You
interesting.
probably incorporate those a little bit. I don't know
Somewhere,
about
yeah.
Yellow Pig Day, but all the rest you can find a
Buy
way.
a lottery ticket and get some ice cream.
And if you win lottery, if you want to get a tattoo or multiple tattoos,
Yeah, there you go. Tie them all together.
There you go. Got some upcoming events going on. Tonight, the Friends of the Park are hosting a summer fundraiser with live music, all-you-can-eat dance, fish, and chicken. It's from 4 to 7 at the City Park here in Rochester, located at 505 West 13th Street. Tickets are $15 for adults and $10 for ages 13 and under. There'll be field games from 6:30 to 8:30 and a movie screening at dusk. I'm not sure what movie. I didn't see it
the
out
flyer
there,
didn't
so
say, so I'm not sure.
I'm
what
sure it's a
it is.
family-friendly movie. All the fundraiser is going towards the summer park program.
Right.
So
It's about this is their end too for the
Yes.
summer park program, so it's a big hoopla. There's a big family thing from 6:30 to 8:30,
Yep.
and then the movie.
yep. So hopefully you don't have anything going on. Go out to
Hopefully
City
the
Park
weather
tonight.
holds.
Yeah. Hopefully the weather holds, and it'll make for fun, family-friendly evening. Times Theater's holding an event tomorrow going on. A little bit of art and music going on
Music
tomorrow.
downtown, yeah, some food vendors and
Yeah,
stuff.
I believe it
so
starts at 1 o'clock, I
Yeah.
believe. And
different bands throughout, so
Yep.
good time.
Runs
Looking for
through the
something to
day.
do.
So I believe they've put variation of that event on every.
They have so far, yeah.
So go check that out. Julie and then the staff there at the theater doing a fantastic
Yeah.
job like they always do.
Jim Scott will have some of his displays out
Yep.
for his art.
Yep, very talented. At First Federal, we'd love to see you today or tomorrow at any of our 6 Northern Indiana branch locations. We're open today from 8:30 till 5 and tomorrow from 8:30 until noon. But if you can't make it into a branch, no problem. You can always bank with us online and with our mobile app, which is free to download no matter if you have an iPhone or Android device. Go to your App Store, Google Play Store, type in First Federal Savings Bank, FFSB Rochester. There's a whole combination that'll work. Just look for the white star in the green background. You know you have the right one. And our ATM's open 24/7 as well if you need some cash. And if you're traveling over the weekend, we're a part of the MoneyPass network. So if you're in an area you know that there's no First Federal ATM, don't worry. Just go on moneypass.com, put in the area you're in. It'll pop up all the different ATMs in that area that are on the MoneyPass network. Go to that ATM, use it, you won't get charged a surcharge fee. So these fees might not break the bank, but they're knowing how high they are getting.
Yeah.
So
And they keep growing.
yes, it's worth just doing that simple step and save yourself some money. We offer Simply Free checking accounts and Simply Free business checking accounts. Right now, when you open up a new checking account, you'll get a free gift, which is still our waterproof speaker.
Cool.
For another week. That's been going really well. It's a camouflage design speaker. It's waterproof, so it can go in the pools, it can go in the lakes. Doesn't matter. It can get wet. I've had to reorder a lot of them,
Yeah,
so
awesome.
they're moving well.
So the new one starts next week?
Yes, and I should know what it is off the top of my head, and I don't, but I will bring it. I
Uh-huh.
will bring it.
Now the question becomes, which week will he bring it?
And we also have a new checking account. I know Jody was mentioning that last week. Benefits checking,
There.
which for a small fee of $6.99 a month, you get tons of different benefits. With
A lot of protections.
A lot of protections. Cell phone protection, roadside assistance, identity theft protection, and much more.
Yeah.
So definitely worth the small fee of $6.99.
It is.
If you're looking to buy a home, it's a good idea to get pre-approved so you're ready for that home, because houses are starting to hit the market a little more, but they're not lasting.
No.
They're going fast. So contact Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson at our Rochester branch to get pre-approved and to see how they can help you and your family with your mortgage lending needs. Maybe you're looking to refinance, they can help you with that. Get a HELOC going. We have a HELOC special right now going through the end of September with a 4.99% APR. And we also have a closing cost special going on right now, which you can save up to $1,000 in closing costs. So contact them for more information. And we offer commercial lending for businesses. You can contact Zach Reuter for more information. His direct line is 574-223-1731. And if you're thinking about retiring, maybe you need to move over a 401k from a previous employer, maybe you want to get a 529 college savings plan started for somebody in your family, contact Mark Blueball, Brian Bell, or Grant Goldman of our Financial Services Department. They'd be happy to help you. Give them a call, 574-223-1705. And to stay up to date with the latest going on at First Federal Savings Bank, make sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram. Our handle on there is @FFBanking. Like us on LinkedIn and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which you can find an archive of First Federal radio shows dating back to 2019. We are the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We're FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 39927.
Hey, it makes it legal, ready for the fun part of
Ready
the
for
show.
the fun part of the show, indeed, which we welcome Archest Athletic Director Cal Stone. Morning, Cal.
Morning. How are you guys today?
Good. Thanks for joining me this morning.
Oh, of course.
You're no stranger to the radio by any means, or to the radio show. We've had you on a couple of times.
Yeah.
But for anybody out there who this might be their first time seeing you on Facebook or hearing your voice on the radio, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit to everybody?
Yeah. So I'm getting ready to head into my third year, which is the joke around here, right? But yeah, third year here at Rochester, and just excited to get back after it. It's one of those things where summer hits, and as an athletic director, your schedule finally goes away from supervision every night, and you love it for like most of June. Then there's a weird part of July where you're like, I'm ready to just go back.
Ready to get back.
I can't handle not having an everyday schedule. I need to just go.
Well, how about the 10 days of moratorium? How did you handle that? Where you
gloriously. I handled that with ease. There was a lot of sitting. It was awesome.
A little rest up.
But I do have two little munchkins who want me to run around a little more than I would desire. But
they're like, Dad's home. All right.
Yeah.
I think Lincoln is still starting to catch on to something because he's staring at me like, okay, you spent a lot of time here.
Yeah.
Who's this stranger?
It's time for you to go.
Yeah. Let me get back to my routine.
Yeah. That's funny.
So you mentioned it's your third year here at Rochester. So far in your first 2 full years, what surprised you the most about whether it's Rochester High School itself or just the community projects?
I think I will just always be surprised, and I shouldn't because I praise him all the time, but I will just always be surprised by how much love our kids get from the media in this town. Like, you just don't get used to it, and I think the more, especially, we end up going like to the wrestling state finals, and you're in an individual state finals setting, and you see kids from 4A schools that no one's interviewing after they wrestle, and I can promise you, I know Val is sprinting through the halls somewhere, right? And that it's going to be talked about on RTC and WROI. And like, there's 4A kids who do not get the publicity that our kids get here at a 2A school. And it's, at some point, I always tell Randy too, like at some point I'll get used to it. I know I will. At some point I will get used to it. But it's still always, and it'll happen again in the first football game, when Randy and Steve come in that early and Val's running in after the game and not leaving, and it's just like, this is a 2A school. And our kids get this much love from the media, and our community can wake up and they can listen to it on the radio, and they can watch it on TV, and they can read newspapers, and just to always have it accessible like this community has to our high school kids just blows my mind.
Yeah.
It's just, and I grew up in Wabash County where we thought Wabash County sports and Plainfield were great, but they were splitting 4 different schools. Right? And we have 3 people who are just always talking about Rochester athletics, and it really, I don't know if I will get used to it. I think I will, but I still haven't.
What makes that connection?
Yes,
community
absolutely.
and school that much tighter. Absolutely.
And I know me and Randy have talked about, like, our fans are just so intelligent.
Yeah.
There's other communities when, like, especially you see it on Friday night, they're like, how good is your football team? What do you mean, it's our football team? We're really good. No one told you. Like, I got a random grandma of a freshman who's not going to touch the field, who knows your record, who your leading rusher is, how many tackles your middle linebacker has. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, rich history, especially when it comes to football.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Let's look back at the 2025-2026 season as a whole. What were some of the highlights for you as an athletic director? Pretty good season.
It was a pretty good year. To me, the biggest highlight, and I know I've talked about this before, but it was just to see the growth in numbers. I believe it was about 90 to 95% of our sports teams, their numbers went up from my first year. At a school our size, I actually just was on the phone with an AD yesterday stressing because he thinks he's going to have to cancel 2 different sports this fall. And then when he's like, how are your numbers? They're great. We're not really hurting at anything. Like, our girls' golf numbers might be the only concern, but we're going to have 5 varsity golfers, right? Like,
and that's all you need.
And that's a sport that never has 20 at a school size.
No.
And so I just kind of laughed. I'm like, we're doing. I think all of our numbers, maybe not football because we had really big numbers last year, but I think everybody else's numbers are going to go up.
Very healthy. Yeah.
And so that to me is huge, but we're losing quite a senior class. I mean, to win the conference championship in football, especially the fashion that we did it, I don't think anybody besides Coach Schaefer thought we were going to handle McConaughey the way we handled McConaughey. And it probably helped that Jabez Yarber hit a kid across the middle and sent a helmet 30 feet in the air on their first play. But that was really exciting. Obviously, the wrestling success that we've had is just unbelievable. To have Lane Pepler on the podium was a third place finish. And she was right there with the girl that won state in the semifinals. And I would argue that she was the best or second best at absolute worst in her weight class in the state. She just ran into the state champion in the semifinals. And then to put Lane and Brant back on the podium. It just the wrestling success in general is just unbelievable. I don't know if anyone in the conference even came close to us last year. The way that lineup was stacked, and then to get into the spring, right, and to have softball. I don't know if they'll ever lose a conference game. They just dominate the conference, it feels like, and then to win another sectional. The running joke is, and I know at some point it'll catch up with me, but I'm going into my 5th year as an AD, and I've never lost a sectional game in softball. So I'm going to run with that as long as I can.
Sure.
No pressure, Coach Coleman.
Yeah. We won't talk about my regional record, but I've never lost a softball game as an AD yet. So it's one of those feelings that pause last year. We were sitting there talking at the championship game, and we kind of get down to Oak Hill, and I told him, I was like, I just have this sense of I know I'm going to win because I've never lost a sectional game in softball as an AD. Don't say that right now.
Don't say that loud.
Yes, you're going to jinx us. I don't know. I just feel like something's going to happen.
You brought up Brant Beck's success in wrestling, and then you brought up the softball success. I want to give a shout out to Brant Beck and Aubrey Wilson for recently being named the 2026 ANEC Male and Female Athletes of the Year.
Yeah, and so at Fremont, when the Northeast Corner started, around the Northeast Corner, that was not a very big group, and Sam just keeps adding more and more schools.
He does.
So the more and more schools that you add, I feel like if you're getting recognized, right, it becomes a little different when it went from, I think when I first started at Fremont, he was only covering the NECC and the SAC, maybe some of the NEA. Now he covers 8 different conferences. So yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, shout out to them. And it's got to be exciting from an AD when some of your student athletes win something like that. It's just a reflection of
every time any of them get recognized, right, it's exciting. And so, to win awards like that when all of our kids are getting the all-state nominations, even all conference, the all-area stuff that we'll put out, the academic stuff. All the academic stuff from the spring just hits you in the middle of the summer. So there's been a couple times where I check my email. I'm like, oh snap, we had something going on.
Yeah. Speaking with Cal Stone this morning, our athletic director. Going into the 2026-2027 season, particularly in the fall season, got cross country, we got boys tennis, got girls golf, got volleyball, got football. Is there anything new as far as what spectators can expect when they attend events this year?
So thankfully the ticket price is going to be able to stay the same. I know that was a concern with everything going up, but the conference did vote to keep that the same. So that should help.
So that's a conference decision.
Yeah.
Not
So
school to school.
Our conference votes on what we will make our varsity events and then our JV events, and then. As a conference, we're if you are playing a non-conference school and you want to change your price, you can go ahead and do that. I don't know if anyone in our conference does. I know there's some other conferences that have a couple good teams that do that, but in the TRC, I don't believe we do. So, yeah, we vote on that. So, thankfully, it's staying the same. Our goal is, and I just had somebody else ask me this the other day too. Our goal is to have card readers. We've had them at the gate. Our goal is to have that in the concession stand this fall. So. Make sure we can get everything uploaded on the iPad. We can do it through EventLink, which is also where we do our tickets. So when we kind of figured it out in the winter, we realized that it was going to be a lot of work to input everything into an iPad when you already have your concession stopped. So I was like, we need to do this in a season when it stopped. And then the spring happened and we couldn't figure out Wi-Fi outside. And I was like, you know what? Just hold this. We'll try again in the fall when we're back at the building. So. Hopefully we can get that set up. Me and Marz have kind of figured out how to do it. Now we just need to make sure we teach everybody else and kind of get everything inputted. So fingers crossed it will be at the scrimmage. I wouldn't be shocked if it takes us an extra 2 weeks to kind of tweak some things, and it's not until week 1 or 3, I think, when we're back home. But hopefully we can get that in there and kind of help everybody else out. I know not everybody's carrying cash anymore, and I see it, right? And so hopefully it helps everybody else out that, you know, we can have the card reader in there and you don't have to have $6 on you to come in and get popcorn and a drink, right? You can just whip out your credit card and there it is.
Well, anymore, most events I know on the collegiate level, especially on the professional level, and a lot of these stadiums you go to, they are cashless now.
Yes.
I mean, so,
It's crazy.
It's kind of the way of the world.
You know, and I thought maybe it was just the places I went, you know, Wrigley and
Right.
Purdue, right? That's what I thought.
It's
It was just
everywhere.
those, but me and my wife just went out to Camden Yards in Baltimore.
Yeah, it's
I
everywhere.
tried to whip out a dollar bill and I got yelled at there.
Yeah,
They were
it's-
like, you don't want your cash. I was like, well, the place across the street, I ate lunch at
Yeah.
only cash. Like,
Yeah,
what's
I
going on?
know.
Make up your mind, right?
Yeah, it's the way of the world. Looking at the fall season, what's a couple events, games, or just teams in general that you have circled that's got your excitement level going?
Man. Well, I would say the first one would be our opening football game. I don't know how you could not be excited about. We're going to have a year one head coach go up against the longest tenured coach in the history of the state of Indiana.
Yeah.
Bud Wright will be coming over with his first year with Southwood, but it is his 61st year coaching,
Mind-boggling.
and it'll be Isaac's first game.
Crazy.
I joked with Isaac the other day at Wakes. I was like, how do you feel knowing your first career game, you're going up against a guy who's been coaching longer than your dad has been alive?
Right.
A lot of
He's
tape
like,
out there.
what? I was like, yeah, I feel like that's not normal.
No,
No,
right.
you don't see a lot of that.
Like you're in your mid to late 20s. You'd think your dad would be older than anybody who's coaching tenure, and
Right.
it's not. But Bud's got him by about 5 years,
Yeah.
maybe more. So yeah, that'll be pretty cool.
And that's on August 21st.
August 21st, and yeah, the Booster Club's going to do a food giveaway of some sort. I don't know exactly, but they're going to do something for that game, so kind of get everybody all fired up for that. The other big one I would say is we just stumbled upon the volleyball sectional.
I did see that.
We didn't know we were going to host.
Thank you, IHSA.
Yeah, no, shout out to IHSA. So for people who don't know, when you have those team sports, besides football, where obviously it rotates, you kind of vote on who's your host. And if ADs can't get along and pick one, the IHSA will pick for you. And so we had gotten together in the spring and voted on, basketball and volleyball and all that. And it gets a little more hostile than sometimes than I think people want it to. When everybody thinks they have a good team and want to host.
Yeah.
But we were actually not supposed to have volleyball this year. We were supposed to have volleyball next year, and Southwood was supposed to be in our sectional and host it this year. Southwood's not even in our volleyball sectional anymore. They are only in 2A because of success, and so they're going to go over to the Wabash sectional instead, where there was only 5 teams, and we already have 6. And so I think default we were going to host the next year. They gave it to us this year. And it's a game changer without Southwood in the volleyball section.
Oh, yeah.
They've got the Rainey girl who's a top 100 recruit in the entire country. She's going to go to Kentucky, who I believe was 3rd in the poll at the end of last year.
And they've got probably the longest tenured volleyball coach over there too.
Yeah, Coach Finnacle's been there for a very long time, and so they're a machine. Everybody knows it. They're just a machine, and so you take out the machine. And all of a sudden, the rest of the field, I was probably just like me and Coach Strasser looking around like, hey, who's the favorite?
Yeah.
Like, I think there's 4 of us.
Right. And being able to host.
Yeah, and
Right.
so, and it's a new look. This is going to take some getting used to. Peru and Mechanical are now in 2A and are going to be in our basketball and volleyball and baseball, softball sectionals. That will take some getting used to. But yeah, we're going to host us, Peru, Mechanical, Lewis Cass, Eastern. Am I missing somebody? Oh, no kill. And yeah, it's a wide open volleyball section.
That's fun.
And so I'm probably gonna get these dates wrong off the top of my head, but I think it was something like the 13th of October is the first round, that Tuesday, and then that Saturday would be the semifinals and finals, and it is as wide open as a volleyball section as you can imagine. And so I know a couple of our girls talking to them at Waits this week since we found out. You can see the look of like, well, yeah, Southwood is in it. It's going to take a miracle to all of a sudden, like, hey, I think we can win a volleyball sectional.
Yeah.
So it just changes everything. So that'll be a lot of fun.
And one last question I guess I got to bring up, because I keep hearing it from different Tippecanoe Valley people about the bell. They're rubbing it in a little bit. So gotta think that game's like always circled for week 2.
Like always, on the road this year.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, I know people are going to hate this in Rochester, but I think going to Valley for football will always be special because that was my first week, my first year here.
Yes,
We went over to Valley, and I thought everyone in this community was crazy.
You learned quickly.
And I still never forgive Atkinson for telling me it was pajama day, and I didn't believe her, and everyone was in pajamas but me. But yeah, I mean, that's going to be a fun game. All I'll say about the Bell game, mostly because I don't want Valley people to listen to this and get insight, is everyone keeps telling me how much we lost. And I get it, we lost Beck and Pollock and Yarber and Clark and Ferv and, that we lost a big guy. We lost a lot, we did. But I don't think people were paying very much attention to what our JV team was doing last year. And, Coach Schaefer always told me he felt like we had the 4 best defensive ends in the conference. 2 of them were just sophomores that couldn't beat out the 2 best defensive ends in the conference that were seniors. I would like to think we have the 2 best defensive ends in the conference now with Lett and Wilson. And, I think Mitchell Clark's going to do a great job at quarterback for us. I think people are crazy if they don't think we still have a 10-headed monster in the backfield with Schatz and Meadows and Chapman. I think we're going to be just fine. And so, all these people, every once in a while, it sounds like the sky is falling. It's like, yeah, I get it, but our JV team kind of killed everybody last year that they played. I think they only had 1 loss on the year, and it was in a really good road game at Valley. But we had a bunch of kids who couldn't play in the Bell game, so we had some JV guys that had to play on Friday night, couldn't play on Monday. So, we didn't quite have our full strength JV out there last year. So, I'm pretty excited. Hopefully, we can go over there and bring that bell home because I know me and Paul's are itching for having that bell. Kreska's rubbed it in a little bit.
Yeah. Anything else, Cal, you'd like to plug or make sure you mention?
I mean, just the big thing is, again, like our numbers have just been fantastic, and that's just, I shout out the coaches all day long, but really it's the kids.
Sure.
I don't want our fans to take it for granted, and I don't want people to think that it's not a problem anymore. There are ADs everywhere stressing about their numbers, and I'm not. We've got close to 50 football players again. We got like 20 boys soccer players, 24 girls soccer players. I think we were back in double digits with tennis. I think both boys and girls cross country are going to be flirting with, if not back in double digits, which 2 years ago we didn't score in boys or girls when I first got here. And now we're going to have full teams for both. And those middle school teams that were winning RRC championships are now starting to be freshmen and sophomores. So, I'm really excited for the fall. To get those good numbers, typically you can go find some pieces when you have numbers like that. And so we should have a really exciting volleyball is 40. I can't believe I didn't mention volleyball is 40. And then 40 girls at the co-op meeting. They're going to have to make some cuts to get down. I really do think this is the year our volleyball team turns that page and kind of takes off. And it probably helps the mindset all year knowing that you're hosting a sectional that's wide open. I'm just really excited, and just the biggest shout out to all of our kids for stepping up. You don't see 3-sport athletes like you used to. I think a lot of people just assume that we do, especially the old timers in the town who are like, everybody was a 3-sport athlete. You don't see it as much anymore, but we have more than a lot of the surrounding schools. And I'm really proud of that, and I'm proud of our coaches for being able to work together in today's world, but also I'm just really proud of the kids for stepping up and doing it. So we should have a very exciting year because of it.
Well, thanks, Cal, for joining us this morning, and best of luck to you and all the coaches and the players in the upcoming fall season. And I think Zebra fans should be excited. You can hear his voice, so a lot to be excited for. All right, Randy and Cal, you participated in the trivia question as well. In what year did Apple debut their emoji keyboard? So 2009, 2011, 2013, or 2015?
See, he's got an advantage. He was younger back then. He probably remembers.
I was going to say, do you want to hear my mental breakdown? I know it's not 15 because I was already using emojis when I had when I got my phone.
Yeah, see,
in
that's
14.
what I said. He's got that youth advantage.
My oldest sister graduated in 2012, and I feel like she had it so it couldn't be 13. So I've narrowed it down to the bottom 2, and I hope I'm not wrong on this.
Yeah.
But I have no idea after that because I did not have fun.
Go ahead. We're gonna guess. I'll let you guess first.
You go first. I'll take the other one.
What was the choices?
If you've never done the 2, you got 09 or 2011.
I'm gonna go with 9.
I'll go 11.
That's right, 2011.
That's why I went him pick first because I could follow you.
The iPhone came out in 08, so
Okay.
it took them about 3 years to get done.
I was gonna say 9,
Yeah.
so I.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yep.
Took one for the team.
Yep. Well, end with some words of wisdom from Babe Ruth, one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Every strike brings me closer to the next home run.
Cool. Awesome. Tanner, thank you very much. Cal, thank you very much. Have a great year, and we'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure. Tanner, we'll talk to you next
Good to be
Friday.
here. Thanks, Randy.
With those words of wisdom, this has been the First Federal Program. Join us every